What's going on, everybody in the vinyl community? Craig back. I know what you're thinking. Wow, like over a fucking month for a video? I know what you're thinking, Just haven't had the time to do any videos, really just haven't been feeling them. It happens, the weather messes with my mood, or I just haven't been able to really get up the energy to really just do one. Well, I'm regretting it because I've got shitloads of stuff that I'm so backlogged on showing and listening to that it's just fucking overwhelming. So, we're going to do a video here and we're just going to knock out all my honey hole finds from the last 6 weeks to about 2 months. Overall, big stack of stuff. Now I know what you're thinking. When you see this and you're all done, you're going to be like, wow, that was a lot of great shit. Well, yeah, it's a lot of great shit. But, trust me, after mounting this up for a few months, it looks good. When you're only picking up 1 or 2 at a time, it makes you feel a little, But, been able to get some really, really cool stuff. So let's get right into those and start showing some shit. So, what's in the background? Big shout out to my brother, Travis, Vinyl and Video. Faces. Nod as good as a wink to a blind horse. We were actually talking about this album a couple nights ago, and I've been having a hard time taking it off the turntable. Really, really good to revisit that one. That's the one nice thing when you just start talking to somebody. They're pulling an album out, going, "Hey, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spin this." All of a sudden, you start revisiting shit in your shelves. So, thank you, Travis, for pulling that one, because I haven't spun that in, God, I don't know how long. It's been years, but been revisiting it, and I love it. So, God, I love when I find really good shit in the shelves I forget about. So, honey hole finds. For anybody who hasn't seen any of my videos before where I talk about the honey hole, it's a discount place, basically in an old-ass warehouse, not too far from here. And the guy who runs the record shows, he has a booth there and sells everything for $3 a piece. So, you're gonna be bound to find some really cool shit in there, give or take. There's been a couple times where he's done some updates to it and it's just been pure shit. I mean, I think the first time, it's been the first time I think ever that I've went in there and walked out of there empty-handed. Maybe one other time, but that was probably a good year or so ago. And it's just, he updated it, and I got really excited that I went in there, and the good stuff that was pictured that somebody had posted up on Facebook, hey, they got new vinyl in, were either really just trash to fuck or they were gone. So, oh well. But got some great stuff here, so let's get right into them. A couple of great upgrades for me. Santana, self-titled first album. It's a later 70s press. I had original 2i, but my copy I had for years and just been shot. This is a beautiful, beautiful copy. So I'm happy with that. I will not complain. And the other upgrade, this one was a massive upgrade. My copy was probably a good copy, a fair copy. This one's just in beautiful, beautiful shape. The Spirit of 67 by Paul Revere and the Raiders. People give these guys so much shit, but if you really listen to their music, I mean, I file this in my garage rock section because it really just really, really good, just straight ahead, mid-60s rock and roll, really straight out of the garage, minus the gimmicky look. They easily were just another great garage rock band, but on a grander scale and had a lot more material. So, very cool to get that. Don't usually find that one in really nice shape. It's usually trash to shit. So, let's dig right into the stack. Some of these I can't comment on because I haven't listened to them yet. And I know what you're thinking. If you've had them for a couple months, why haven't you listened to them? Trust me, I've had a ton of online buys, other digs I've went on. I just get so backlogged. And plus, I still buy cassettes, CDs, 8-tracks, music videos. I'm just overwhelmed with how much I've still got to rifle through. So, anyway, a couple here for the country section. I know what you're thinking. Country? Craig, what are you doing? I'm picking out the really good artists and I'm getting the good stuff. I'm not going batshit crazy and buying everything under the sun, because that's just not my thing. But did pick up a couple from an artist I've been really getting into over the last couple of years. So we got Emmylou Harris, Pieces of the Sky, on the Reprise label. Beautiful, beautiful copy of this. Great album, 1975. I got really turned on to Emmylou from seeing her obviously in The Last Waltz, and when I got really into Graham Parsons a couple years ago, and her work with him was just fucking mind-blowing. So this was really cool to find some Emmylou on vinyl. And if that wasn't enough, I also picked up Blue Kentucky Girl. So, very cool. 1979. I want to make sure I got my years right. I don't want to fuck anything up. But another great album. And, of course, Man in Black. This is Johnny Cash. I've actually seen plenty of copies of these over the years, but they've always been just really shot. And this is a later Harmony pressing. So like a subsidiary, like Columbia budget line type of thing. I've got a couple other releases off that label, but really good, sounds great. Just great Johnny Cash stuff. So that gets us out of the country area. Let's move on into some other great stuff here. First one up here, this is actually a band that I got turned on to through the Honey Hole. He had a few of their albums, and I just kind of said, well, I'll check them out on YouTube, see if I like some of the sound clips. Checked them out, really dug them, and then kind of forgot about them. And then fast forward a few months later, that he took all of his stock out of there and went and sold it at his garage sale, and then started putting out new inventory. And so there goes my chances of picking up any of these guys' albums. And yeah, I kind of got screwed up until recently. They brought this one in. I'm like, alright, I'm finally going to grab it. I'm going to not regret it. So you got Pressure by Bram Tchaikovsky. Anybody who's not familiar with these guys, we're talking on the Polydor label. Talking it's 1980, so kind of your post-punk, kind of in the vein of the like, I don't know how to describe band-wise. I really couldn't pinpoint when I listened to it, but just kind of in that power pop, post-punk sort of thing. But pretty rockin'. I really dug it. I was glad to get this for the collection. Now an artist that I say I'm not a big fan, but I've got a ton of her albums, and I've been hunting for this one to pretty much sort of fill in that last hole, and I pretty much have more than enough that I need, but couldn't pass this one up, never see it. Joni Mitchell's first album. Open the gatefold here. Very cool to find this. I know her first album wasn't great, but you know what? I'm a completionist. Had to have it. It's pretty much the last one. I'm good. I can honestly say I haven't listened to Joni Mitchell in years, but yet I own a ton of her albums. It helps to own a decent amount of stuff and have it in the collection, just in case you ever all of a sudden go, oh my god, I really am going to get on a Joni Mitchell kick. And then boom, I have plenty to go through, listen to, and keep them fresh, basically. So that was a cool pickup. Let's see here, a couple of jazz finds. Upgrade copy. Get some Gilberto. Apparently, my dog doesn't like jazz. Very nice copy here. On the Verve label. Nice upgrade for me. We'll just keep talking. So that was cool to find that. Not a rare one, but hard to find in really nice shape. This one, whew, man. I saw it, I initially went, maybe. Went home, checked out a few sound clips, and was sold. So I went back the next day and picked it up. David Brubeck Quartet at Carnegie Hall. Columbia 2i. pretty nice shape. I couldn't pass it up. You don't come across really any decent jazz, and I'm not a huge Brubeck fan, but when I listen to the songs on here, at least a few of them on YouTube, I really dug it. So I figured, why the hell not? At least get a couple, essential Brubeck in there. Still need to upgrade my copy of Time Out, which pretty much that's all I really needed. But figured, grab a live album, find it cheap, why the hell not? Same vein of live albums. This one, he actually had another copy a few months back. I want to say maybe 6 months ago, and it was pretty beat up. Well, the vinyl was at least. And I figured, nah, I'll wait till I find another copy. I'll run into another one at some point. Some sucker ended up buying that copy. I really don't know why. It actually made me laugh when I saw that it was gone. But brought in another copy, and this one's heads and tails, miles ahead of that copy. So we got Marvin Gaye live at the London Palladium. Very cool. Later 70s live Marvin Gaye. Nice one for the Marvin Gaye collection. Very cool. Next one here. Kind of blown away. I found it. I mean, granted the cover's not perfect, but it's in really nice shape for its age. The vinyl is in really clean shape. Original mono press of this album. I've seen other copies on eBay and at the record shows and stuff like that go for, well over $10 and stuff like that. I mean, just a little bit better in the condition. And so for this one to be only $3, yeah, I was pretty excited about that. Dave Clark 5, Glad All Over. Oh yeah, this one was really cool to find this. I was really excited. So, Yellow Epic label. Like I said, it's an original mono press. And, oh man, great. British Invasion, but a little bit more like in that garage rock vein, But still along the same lines of everything else that was going on with the British Invasion. And I don't have a ton of, honestly, I think I only had like one or two Dave Clark 5 45s. I didn't have anything for him, full-length albums. So this one was definitely on my list, so very, very glad I picked this one up. Great listen, I highly recommend it if you're looking for early mid-60s kind of British Invasion stuff. That one's definitely an album to check out. Really, really solid from top to bottom. Oh man, a band, thank you to the VC, I never would have taken a chance on just because I never really heard much of them, and I'm glad to finally pick up something by them. Blood Rock, self-titled. Green Capital label, produced by Terry Knight, which, your Grand Funk history, Terry Knight. You obviously know Terry Knight had a career prior to his work with Grand Funk and Blood Rock. And if you're into Grand Funk Railroad, Blood Rock is a perfect companion piece. Great, just solid, late 60s, early 70s, that just Midwest, heavy, good hard rock stuff. Very cool. A band that I'm not a huge fan of, but and when I say not a huge fan, not saying like, oh, I don't like them, just haven't really given them the full proper attention, but I do like a good majority of their material, and I do have a few of their albums, so find this one, it's like, yeah, why the hell not? Mott the Hoople, Mott. Very cool to find that. Not a rare one, but hey, nice to find it in some pretty good shape. Switching gears over on the Southern rock side of things, Feel the Heat by the Henry Paul Band. I've seen copies of this floating all over the years, but this one is a beautiful, minus the cut corner, really nice copy. Good late 70s, early 80s Southern rock stuff, so goes great with your your Molly Hatchet, 38 Special, so on and so forth. Good one for the collection there, and a god-awful cover. God, I hate that cover. Moving on here, filling in another hole in my George Thorogood and the Destroyers collection. more George Thorogood and the Destroyers. I almost said the Destructions. What the fuck is wrong with me? Beautiful, beautiful near mint copy. Still in the shrink on Rounder Records. Very cool. I need to get on and check and see what I have left. I think I'm pretty much solid on all my George Thorogood that's on vinyl. Maybe Boogie People, I'm not quite sure. Alright, filling in the final hole of my Journey collection, a nice near mint copy of Raised on Radio. Oh yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this completes the Journey collection. I don't have anything beyond after this album, and I'm totally fine with that. Even though the more recent albums have been really solid. This is where it ends for me. Great album. Girl Can't Help It, Be Good to Yourself. Some really good tunes on here. Filling in a hole in my Santana collection. Beyond Appearances. I have not listened to it yet. I own so much Santana that I've never listened to. It's ridiculous. Another one for the Squeeze collection. Sweets from a Stranger. Oh yeah. Very, very cool. On the A&M label. Don't see a lot of Squeeze around here, so when I do see it, I grab it. Oh, this was a cool one. It's been sitting there for a while, and I've seen copies of it all over the years, so I figured I had to just go ahead and grab it, and I still haven't listened to it yet. Too Late to Hero by John Entwistle. And for those of you who don't know, bass player from The Who. It's really surprising if you don't know who he is. 1981, one of my favorite bass players of all time. So musical. Really looking forward to digging into this. And finally, a song that I picked up the other day. Very, very good day on that one. Stop, Stop, Stop by the Hollies. Surprisingly, I didn't have anything full-length-wise from the Hollies in my collection. I only had this on the Imperial label. I only had Bus Stop on 45, I think that's it. But I figured I'd give an older full-length a try. And this album, I have not done my research on really kind of where this falls in their discography, but this was a really, really good pickup, really good album. I believe this is actually, I think it might be an original mono. Yep, original mono press. Very, very cool. And we'll stop the gib-gabbing. I've got 3 more to show, but I'm going to flip the record over purely because I don't feel like talking in silence. Let's go ahead and start back up on side 1 again. Alright. So that was really cool, really good pickup. Going in the same vein, British invasion stuff. Really didn't know what to expect. Was thinking it might be a little too poppy just because the Hollies were really just an all-around good pop band, putting out lots of good just singles. I didn't know if this would make a good cohesive album, but this was a really, really good one. I want to do some more research on it. And if you've got any other things to say about it, leave a comment down below. And don't pull something from fucking Wikipedia or some website. I can easily read that shit. I can go to allmusic.com. I can go to Wikipedia. I know how to get onto fucking Google. I want your input, something you've got to say from your mouth. Come on now. Next one here. Nice upgrade copy. Original mono press of the Monkees' first album. Overall, not a bad copy. Pretty decent. You just don't run into nice condition Monkees. And overall cover, no major writing on it, a little bit of water damage in some spots, but overall it's a really nice cover. Spine's intact. I'm happy about that. And overall vinyl, pretty solid shape. Trust me, most of the people who bought those Monkees albums back in the day were little girls and little kids and everything else. And they drew all over their fucking album covers and trashed the hell out of their vinyl. That one was pretty decently taken care of, so it makes me wonder who the hell owned it. Alright, filling in a major hole in my Clash collection, and pretty much at this point I'm calling it good. Unless I find a really cheap copy of Cut the Crap, I'm pretty solid. Clash Combat Rock. Oh yeah, great. 1982. Oh yeah. We all know this album for the classics. Rock the Casbah, Should I Stay or Should I Go? You got it. It's a great, great album. This is a nice master disc pressing. I was very happy about that. Been getting on this weird kind of Bob Ludwig kick where I've been looking for, you know, all the albums that I have that, you know, been mastered by him and everything. And just, I got on a weird kick with it, so that was really cool to find out while I was, you know, getting on the kick. But I haven't listened to this album in, I don't know, fucking how long. I've had it on cassette since I was a little guy. I bought it on CD a few years ago, and I just really haven't listened to it and really given it the full time of day. And the one nice part I like about collecting vinyl is if I grab an album on vinyl and I've already owned it on CD or cassette or whatever, I really haven't. I feel like if I buy the vinyl, all of a sudden I've got a whole new outlook on the album and actually want to put it on and listen to the entire side. Really just not want to skip anything and listen and just absorb it all. Cassettes I kind of, you know, have a similar view because I don't have, you know, the patience to want to fast forward and rewind and everything else. Just put it on the cassette, listen to it. Same way with vinyl, I never skip tracks. CDs, they make it so easy, you just skip the track. So it was really nice to get this on vinyl and put it on in the background and just listen, revisit it. It's really cool. And finally, last one here. This one came in this past week and I about flipped a shit. I figured obviously if it's going for $3, there's gonna be something wrong with it. Well, yes and no, but for $3 I had to at least give it a shot. And so I sent a message over to one of the people that works there saying, hey, could you put that aside for me? I'll be in tomorrow to come and take a look at it. I wanted to at least have a chance to come and look at it before it was just picked off and gone. And glad I did, and major hole in the Floyd collection filled. Pink Floyd, Momentary Lapse of Reason. Now overall, cover, pretty decent shape. The vinyl though, other than some scuffs and some weird ass major scuff scratch type of things, I was really surprised at how well it actually played. It was pretty dirty, so I cleaned it up and everything else, and gave it a listen as soon as I got home. Well, after I obviously cleaned it and everything. Can't just go and clean it or anywhere. And I was really, really excited that it played really well. Underlying surface noise in certain spots, which gets a little annoying, but I mean, come on, it's fucking vinyl. Like, you're gonna get some surface noise, so quit your bitching. Unless you're literally going out and buying an album brand new, opening it, playing it once, and then putting it right back, it's going to be inevitable. At some point in that vinyl's lifetime, you're going to experience some surface noise with it. Come on. But hey, I don't care. A little bit of surface noise, a little rough cover. For $3? Hell yeah. You just don't get that anywhere, and that's a really good album. First one without Roger Waters, and really just shows off. If you're a fan of David Gilmour and his solo work and everything else, you'll really dig Momentary Lapse. I really love it. I'm a fan of both Roger Waters and David Gilmour, so I really don't care. Good music is good music to me. So, and that's really good music. So, that concludes the Honey Hole update. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back at some point. I'm not going to make any promises on like, oh, I'll be back tomorrow, I'll be back next week. I'll be back when I can make it back. Like I said in the beginning, I got a ton of online finds, some different VC related purchases, tons and tons of really cool shit that I'm months behind on showing you guys, so my apologies. Thank you to all my subscribers, new and old, everybody that leaves a comment and watches. Oh, I really appreciate it. Now, if I haven't responded back to any of your comments, I'm really, really sorry. I do apologize. I catch your comment, I'll read it, but then I'm doing 3 other things at once, so I really just don't get a chance to reply back, and it is no disrespect to anybody. None whatsoever. I get really thrown off track and just get distracted, and I'm gonna try to at least make a good effort to get backtrack and answer all you guys' comments and questions and stuff like that, so I'll try to get better with that. But on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, enjoy it. The weather's nice to a degree. It's not 30 below zero, so spring is going to be upon us. Have no fear. See you guys soon. Peace.